Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 23rd March 2024. So we are going to take PDF of Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. And today is Saturday, there is no opinion page and text and context. So the burden of reading newspaper will be reduced today and tomorrow. But please don't skip newspaper at all because you will be getting lots and lots of current affairs and you can develop the perspectives. So if you are missing one day means you will be missing consistency. So once you are missing consistency, you will be out of the race. Okay, so don't miss newspaper at all. And one more announcement I want to make here is, so from today onwards, we are conducting free prelims mentorship. First, we are going to conduct test. So after conducting test, we will be giving you evaluation form and you will be filling that evaluation form. So after that filling of that form, you will be having one-to-one mentorship. And we will be telling you like which are your strong areas, which are your weak areas, where you have to focus and how you have to prepare for these next 60 to 65 days so that there is chance of increasing of clearing your prelims. And for the next week, that means from today Saturday, right? So from today onwards to next Sunday, we are going to conduct this test. And we are also going to provide free prelims mentorship classes every day from Monday to Saturday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. that is on offline. Okay, so if you are staying in Hyderabad, you can come and you can take the classes. And those classes are exclusively based on your prelims and there will be high chance of getting questions from those topics. Okay, so we are not going to waste your time by discussing irrelevant topics. So only relevant topics, so where there is a high chance of getting questions, those topics will be discussed. Okay, and now let us see our today's newspaper. So this is our front page of Hindu and there are two articles which are very important. So first, it is very interesting, right, to see this kind of images. So this image which is talking about one dance form, that is Mohiniyattam. So how can you see that topic? So in our art and culture, you will be studying one topic called as dances. Yes, dances. And this dances is very important from your prelims and as well as from your mains. Okay, so this is from your GS1 Art and Culture. So if you have gone through your syllabus of UPSC syllabus will start with art and culture. Okay, so in that art and culture, so this topic is related to dances. So in these dances, we will be studying like two types of dances. Yes, two types of dances. So first one is official dances and second one is folk dances. So in this official dances, we have 8 dances. So I will tell you the list like Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Mohiniyattam, Kathak, Kathakali, Satriya. Okay. So in this way, we have 8 classical dances. So what you have to know here is, so first one is dance and to which state it belongs to. And second one is important features. Okay, important features. Like for Odissi dance, so we have Tribhanga posture and Chauk. So they are very important. And for Bharatanatyam, Ekaharya. Okay, in that way here, there are some specific features for specific dance forms. You have to know that features. So this features is important from your mains. So in mains, you can get a question like compare and contrast Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi. Compare and contrast Odissi and Mohiniyattam. So like that, you will be having this important questions from this area. And even you have to see like which are the musical instruments they are using. Because in this art and culture, you will be also studying this topic of music. So you have to know different types of musical instruments which are used in certain dance forms. And in the folk dances, you have to know like name of dance form and to which state it belongs to, and if there are any specific features. Like from Andhra Pradesh, so which are the dance forms? Folk dances like Kolatam. And from Rajasthan, we have Kalbelia. Okay, so that is serpent dance. And we have Gujarat. So from Gujarat, we have Garba dance. Okay, so in that way, you have to see like from which states, so which are the dance forms. So in our yesterday's prelims booster course classes, we discussed about this dance and dance forms. And I told about which are the folk dances and from which states they belongs to. So in this way, you have to make a chart because there is high confusion which is seen. Okay, and even Lavani dance is also in news. And Bihu dance will be always in news. Okay, so you have to know the folk dances and from which states. So now we are going to see one of the official dance, that is Mohiniyattam, and you have to going to see like which are the important features of those dance forms. Okay, so now let us see the notes of this topic. So Mohiniyattam, okay, Mohiniyattam, it is one of the Indian classical dance. So we have 8 classical dances. So of them, one is Mohiniyattam. So it is from state of Kerala. It is very important. And this Mohiniyattam derives its name from the word Mohini. Mohini, it is nothing but a female avatar of Lord Vishnu. It is also very important. And if you see some important features of this Mohiniyattam, so it is conventionally a solo dance performance and normally Lasya, okay, Lasya means nothing but female. Female counterpart is dominating here in this Mohiniyattam. Okay, so it is also called as Lasya type because we have more graceful and gentle feminine form of dancing. And it emotes a play through dancing and singing. So where song is customarily in Mani Pravala. So Mani Pravala, it is a mixture of Sanskrit language and as well as Malayalam language. Okay, so Mani Pravala is a mixture of Sanskrit and Malayalam language. So if you are preparing for other competitive examinations, so you can get this type of questions like a Mani Pravala is a combination of Sanskrit plus Urdu, Sanskrit plus Hindi, Sanskrit plus Malayalam, like that. Okay, so you have to be very much aware that. So Mani Pravala is the mixture of Sanskrit and as well as Malayalam language, and this is used in this Mohiniyattam dances. And the recitation may be performed by the dancer or a vocalist, and especially Carnatic style of music is used in this Mohiniyattam. And the music chapter, as I said, you will be studying different musical instruments. Apart from that, you are going to see two musical forms like Hindustani and Carnatic. So actually Hindustani is prevalent in northern part of our country and Carnatic is prevalent in the southern part, and you have to even know what are the differences between this Carnatic and Hindustani music. Okay, so whatever the movements that are doing in this Mohiniyattam, so they are like glide movements, up and down movements, so very gentle movements, and even they will be having like well balanced footwork and hand gestures, and they are having very cute facial expressions as well. And even hand gestures, there are like 24 in number, so mainly they are present in one text. That text is Hasta Lakshana Deepika. Okay, Hasta Lakshana Deepika, and even this hastas or hasta mudras or like hand gestures, they are also seen in this Kathakali. So costumes in this Mohiniyattam, they are like very clean and neat, that is plain white or ivory cream saree which is having a gold border. Okay, so gold border will be there and they are wearing like white or cream color, neat and iron, very clean clothes. And musical instruments, they will be using like mridangam and madhalam, idakka, flute, veena and cymbals. So these are the normally musical instruments that are used in this Mohiniyattam. Clear? So this is about this topic. And now let us move on to our Hindu page again. So there is one more article which is important towards this right corner. That is, India to double assistance to Bhutan to 10,000 crore. Okay, so this article is talking about assistance to Bhutan. So how can we relate this article and how can we see, like in which dimensions we have to see, and how can we connect this topic with the different subjects? So I will let you know. Okay, don't worry. So I will help you, the students. So I am here to support you. So I am here to support you, right? So in return you have to support me. Yes, you have to hit the like button and you have to share the videos, and please provide your valuable Google review, okay, so that it will be helpful for other students also. So in this way, please try to help me, okay. So now let us see this article. So this is about India Bhutan relations. So what is this? It is about India Bhutan relations. So if you have gone through your syllabus, so in GS paper 2, we have international relations. So in this international relations, we have India and its neighborhood, and we have India bilateral relations, right? So from this India neighborhood, so this topic is important. Why? Because if you see India and its borders, we are sharing direct border with different countries like Pakistan, China, Bhutan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bangladesh, right? So here we are sharing direct border with Bhutan. So I can say like Bhutan is a very small country and it is a landlocked country. So what is the meaning of landlocked here is, it is not having access to water. Okay, so why? Because if you see the location, so here we have BOB, Bay of Bengal, here we have Arabian Sea, here we have Indian Ocean, right? So here this part, it is like very small, right? Can you see? So here we have this Bhutan. So India have access to this Bay of Bengal, but Bhutan is not having the access. Okay. So because of this, we are calling this Bhutan as a landlocked country. So now let us see dimensions that you have to focus. So first one is, you have to see why India Bhutan is seen in news. First of all. And you have to see why we have to increase assistance to Bhutan. So you may getting doubt like, yes, we are giving assistance, but in which fields? You have to see in which fields we are going to improve our cooperation, coordination. And third important thing here is, you have to see like different areas of cooperation. So in which areas we are having cooperation. And if you are going back, so you can see even history of India-Bhutan relations. Yes, and you can see like what are the challenges. And apart from that, you have to see like India and Bhutan, they are members in which organizations, for example BBIN. Okay, and next one here is why we have to provide assistance, like what is the significance? What is the significance of Bhutan to India? So what is the significance of Bhutan to India? Since always we have to think about this topic, then it will be the complete reading of an article. Clear? So now let us see. Yeah, one more important thing here is, you can see even map also. Okay, from GS point of view, like from geography, you can see map. And next one is, you can see from GS paper 3, like what is the trade data between India and Bhutan. and even you have to see like hydroelectric power, okay, and you have to see like different projects that we are going in this Bhutan. Okay, so in all these areas, this is very important. I hope you're getting like what to read and what not to read, right? So if you're understanding this multi-dimensional approach, then please do hit the like button. Okay. Yes, now let us move on to our analysis and notes. So why it is a news? Because our government of India decided to double Bhutan's assistance. So for the next 5 years, we are going to increase help to this Bhutan. As of now, we are providing like 5,000 crore rupees from 2019 to 2024, and we are going to increase it to 10,000 crore rupees till this period of 2029. Okay, so we are going to double assistance or the help to this Bhutan. So this is a decision taken by Government of India. So if you see details here, our Prime Minister, he made announcement after he got an award from this Bhutan's highest honor, that is Order of the Druk Gyalpo. Okay, Order of the Druk Gyalpo. So it is one of the highest honor of Bhutan. So it had given to our Prime Minister, mainly to acknowledge India's help in ensuring Bhutan's success in managing COVID-19 pandemic. Because Bhutan is a very small country and India helped this Bhutan to come out of this COVID-19 pandemic. And here we are going to have improved assistance, right? But in which areas? So in areas like to improve connectivity and to improve infrastructure and to improve trade and energy sectors between India and Bhutan. So in all these areas, there is a high increased possibility of improving relations with Bhutan. And we are also having some initiatives for new airport for better connectivity, and even we are going for development of some projects like Kokrajhar Gyalpo, and this Gyalpo is the model city that is going to be come up by this Bhutan soon. And next one is Banaras Samste waterways, and even we are focusing on waterways development on this river Brahmaputra, and even we are going for help in this hydroelectric power projects in Bhutan. And even we are focusing on how to improve the trade infrastructure, and we are also going to have integrated check post in this India-Bhutan border. So these are some initiatives, okay, and these are very important. In these areas, we are focusing to improve our relations. So now let us see what is the significance of Bhutan for India. So Bhutan is very important, right? So what is the significance that we are going to see here? So first one is we are focusing on especially strategic importance. So if you see the location of Bhutan, it is very important for India because so Bhutan, it is sandwiched between India and China. So because of this, it is maintaining as a buffer. So Bhutan is acting as a buffer between India and China. And this strategic location of this Bhutan is also very important for protecting of India's interest. And India has provided Bhutan with help in areas like improving of its defense and its infrastructure, communication, etc. And even India is helping Bhutan to maintain its sovereignty and as well as territorial integrity. And India also has helped Bhutan to build and to maintain its border infrastructure, for example, roads and bridges. And even we are focusing on strengthening of defense capabilities, and even we are trying to ensuring territorial integrity, right? And next one is in 2017, especially during this Doklam standoff between India and China, so Bhutan played a very important role. So you know that between India and China, we are having lots and lots of issues. For example, even now, so there is no complete standoff or status quo between India and China at this line of actual control. Even some areas are under control of China now. For example, patrolling point 15, Demchok area, Dipsang Valley region. So in the same way, even 2017 also this type of standoff which happened between India and China, it is at tri-junction, that is junction between India, Bhutan and China. Okay, so at that time here, Bhutan played a very important role because Bhutan allowed Indian troops to enter into Bhutan to resist this Chinese incursion into this region. So in this way we got lots and lots of help from Bhutan. And next one is from economy point of view also, Bhutan is very important because India is a Bhutan's largest trading partner, and even it is one of the major export destination of India, and even we are purchasing hydroelectricity from this Bhutan. Okay, so it will be the one of the significant source of revenue for this Bhutan. And even India is helping Bhutan in number of hydropower projects as well. And even from the culture also, we are having some links and connectivity. So Bhutan and India, they share strong cultural ties, as both countries, they are like predominantly Buddhist. Okay, so if you see the border of India and Bhutan, what happens here is, so majority area which is occupied by this Buddhist. Okay, and from cultural point of view also, yes, we are sharing the common culture. And India also assisted Bhutan in preserving its cultural heritage, and especially many Bhutanese students, they come to India for higher education. And next one is, we are also having environmental importance as well, because Bhutan, even though it is a very small country, it is focusing on saving of environment. And also Bhutan, it also pledged for carbon neutral, and even in that carbon neutrality also India is helping this Bhutan to achieve its goal. And India has even provided assistance to Bhutan in areas like renewable energy, forest conservation, in as well as even this sustainable tourism also. So Bhutan is helping. And if you see here map of Bhutan, as I said, so here we have this Bhutan, and here we have China, and here we have India. Okay, so it is sharing boundary with India and China itself, and it is a landlocked or packed country. Okay, so this is about this topic, and let us move on to our Hindu page. So in city page, there is nothing much important, and actually today there are very less articles which are relevant, but in world page you have around 3 to 4 articles which are relevant. So directly we can move on to this editorial page, so that we will be not wasting much time. Okay, so because of this elections, so most of the articles are political articles, so don't read them. So please don't read them. So you can skip them directly. So in this editorial page also, this article, it is about Aam Aadmi Party, that is Chief Minister of Delhi was arrested. So we are not going to see this. And this article, it is about how politics are going in America. So we are not going to bother it. So after once elections done, so we are going to see which government will be forming and how we are going to have relations with USA later on. So we are not going to talk about what is happening in this politics of America. And next one is about CAA, the Muslim Exclusion and Lens of the Right. So here we are going to see about this CAA, that is Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019, and we are going to see like provisions, what are the arguments against and arguments favor. So already we discussed this topic number of times. So now let us see directly like notes of this topic. So actually Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019, so it is having one important aim, that is to provide citizenship for the illegal migrants, so who came to India from 3 countries like Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. And that too we are going to give citizenship for 6 communities. Okay, so those 6 communities are very important for your prelims. That is Hindu. Okay, so one is Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jains, Parsis and Christian. Okay, so Hindu, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christian. And the Ministry of Home Affairs recently notified CAA Rules 2024 to implement the Citizenship Amendment Act. Okay, so recently in 2024, now Home Ministry gave the rules like we have to implement the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. So you have to know the key features for sure, especially there are many beginners, right? So please let me know who are beginners who are watching this video. If you have watched it till now, means I think you are getting interest in this current affairs, right? Yes or no? Please tell me the honest thing. So whether you are getting bored by watching this analysis or not, or else you are getting something, or whether am I creating some interest in you to read this current affairs. So please let me know. Okay, let us see the key features of this Citizenship Amendment Act. So first one is, what is this eligibility criteria? So this act which amended Citizenship Act of 1955. So if you have gone through your polity Lakshmikant, okay, if you have gone through your polity Lakshmikant, you will be seeing this chapter of citizenship, right? So in that citizenship chapter, you will be seeing this act, that is Citizenship Act of 1955, which tells about who are going to get citizenship, who are lost in citizenship, and in which ways you can acquire citizenship, and in which ways you are going to lose your citizenship. So here this Citizenship Amendment Act amended this Citizenship Act of 1955, and it is going to give citizenship to illegal migrants who are belonging to these communities like Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christians who came from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. So here you have to know like exactly who are these illegal migrants. So illegal migrants are nothing but the people who traveled into India, who entered into India without proper travel documents. Or for example, they are having documents but they are staying in India beyond that permitted time. Okay, and they are facing prosecution, they are facing deportation or imprisonment. So those people, they are going to get this citizenship. And those who are from these communities who entered India on or before December 31st, 2014, so they would not be treated as illegal migrants. So they are getting citizenship through the process called as naturalization. Okay, and one important thing here is, so Muslims are not going to get this citizenship. So there is exception. And if you are talking about some arguments which are supporting this Citizenship Amendment Act here is, yes, if you are talking about the constitution of these countries, so they are having like state religions. So they, in those state religious countries, they are facing this persecution of minorities. Okay, so because of this, they are getting refuge in India, and even with expired or incomplete travel documents, so India can give the citizenship for such people who are facing these persecutions. And there is also failure of Nehru-Liaquat Pact. So this pact which aimed at like to protect this minority rights post partition. So because of this, it also led to the way for the Citizenship Amendment Act. And this Citizenship Amendment Act which grants citizenship to these persecuted religious minorities of these countries. And this one is, there are also humanitarian grounds like Citizenship Amendment Act which provides life of dignity and rights to religious minorities who are facing this persecution on the grounds on their faith in their theocratic neighboring states. That means like here CA which is providing citizenship to these people so that they are going to enjoy their religious minorities' rights. And which one is civilization ethos. Like India has been a natural home for these persecuted minorities since ages. So because of this Citizenship Amendment Act, which is along according to the line with this civilization ethos of India. And next one is, there is also reasonable classification. It differentiates based on religion but only accommodates persecuted religious minorities. Okay, but it is also one of the reasonable restrictions under this Article 14 of Indian Constitution which talks about right to equality. And next one is national interest. So it will deter illegal migration into India. So it is a future from these specific communities. So in this way, it will also act as bulwark against infiltration from designated Muslim majority nations. Okay. So these are the some arguments which are telling, okay, about the favor of this Constitutional Amendment Act. And what about arguments which are against? Yes, if you take any coin, we have two sides. So if you take any issue, we have two sides like positives and negatives. So what are the negatives? It is exclusionary in nature. Like citizenship, it is given to 6 communities, but it is unfair because Muslims, they are excluded here. But if you see Rohingyas, they fled from Which country? That is Myanmar. So they are belonging to this Muslim community. Okay, for example, Ahmadiyas and Hazaras in Pakistan and Afghanistan, Rohingyas in Myanmar, and Tamils in Sri Lanka. Okay, next one is violation of Article 14. So we are differentiating based on the religious grounds for citizenship. So it is mainly violating this right to equality, which is fundamental right, which is present in Part 3 of our Indian Constitution. And next one is date of entry criteria. The differentiation between migrants who entered into India before or after December 31st, 2014 lacks rationally. And next one is excessive discretion to government. So the act which grants wide discretionary powers to central government regarding cancellation of this OCI registration. Okay, so this is also one important argument which is against. Okay, against CAA. Okay, you can leave this ground zero. Okay, there is no need of going through this. And even today there is no text and context, and you can go through this news page. Okay, so in this news page, so most of the articles are political articles only. So you can simply leave them. Okay, let us move on to this business page. Here you can see one important article, that is India now eyes Africa for critical minerals. So here the keyword is critical minerals. Okay, there is a high chance of getting question in your prelims regarding this critical minerals. So we have to see some dimensions. So first of all, let us see the dimensions. It is talking about critical minerals. So here you have to see what are these critical minerals, and you have to see examples. Why? Because they will be asking like consider the following, identify the critical minerals, and they will be giving you options like 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 like that. So in that format you can get a question in this critical minerals, and you have to see what is the significance. Okay, what is the significance? And you have to see like which countries are having this critical minerals, and you have to see why we are moving to this Africa. So this article is important from GS paper 3 under science and technology, and minerals topic you will be reading in GS paper 1 under geography. And these critical minerals, they play a very important role in maintaining of environment sustainability. So from this GS paper 3 from environment and ecology also it is very important. Okay, and even we are talking about in which countries they are located, right? So it is important even from international relations from GS paper 2. Okay, so these all are the dimensions that you have to see. Now let us see the notes. So if you see context, it says that India is looking at Africa for minerals. For example, cobalt and even other critical minerals. So here we are still engaging with other countries like Australia for lithium blocks, and we are also looking for the access to the countries of Africa like Zambia, Namibia, Congo, Ghana, Mozambique for minerals. And if you are talking about critical minerals, so we have like lithium. Lithium is very much crucial because lithium is used in making of batteries for these electric vehicles and also photovoltaic cells for the solar power, and even for India's decarbonization mission. So lithium is very important. So I want to ask you one question. Where is this lithium triangle is present, and which countries are part of this lithium triangle? So please let me know in the comment box. Don't forget, okay? So now let us see what is this critical minerals. So critical minerals are very essential minerals, and they are helpful for economic development. And with these critical minerals, we can also ensure nation security. Okay, and whenever there is lack of availability of these critical minerals, or even whenever we are going for the extraction or processing of this critical minerals, that will be also very important. Okay, so we have to focus on extraction, processing, and very few geographical locations they have this critical minerals. So because of that, here we are facing this supply chain vulnerabilities and even disruption in supplies. And if you see what are the significance of these critical minerals for India. So first one is we are focusing on economic development. So industries such as high-tech electronics, telecommunications, transport and defense heavily rely on these minerals. Okay, so for economic development, yes, we need these critical minerals. Okay, for example, for green technologies like for preparation of solar, photovoltaic panels or turbines or batteries for electric vehicles, we need these critical minerals. And even India's significant domestic demand and potential in these sectors that will also helpful for generation of job creation and for income generation and for innovation also it is very important. And for ensuring of national security also it is very important, especially in this fields like defense sector and for example in this aerospace and nuclear and space applications. So we have to see on this national security and for maintaining of quality and reliable minerals, materials and to withstand in these extreme conditions and for performing the complex functions also it is very important. And even so these critical minerals are very important to ensure defense preparedness, self-reliance, okay, and we must always secure, like every country should have to maintain proper steady supply of these critical minerals. And even for environmental sustainability also these critical minerals plays a very important role because they are very integral in this transition towards clean energy. So if you want to move towards clean energy projects, yes, these critical minerals will play a very important role. And even to move towards low carbon economy and to reduction or reduce this India's reliance on the fossil fuels and to reduce this greenhouse emissions, yes, this is very important. And with a commitment to attain like 450 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by 2030, also these minerals are very essential for achieving India's green objectives. And for international cooperation also, yes, it is very important. Okay, so we can ensure mineral security and resilience with these critical minerals. And next you can see there is one more important topic, and this topic which is also very relevant from our UPSC prelims point of view, that is about ACCUs. So title says Australia, Britain to build ACCUs subs. So here we have to focus on what does this ACCUs. So what does this grouping is all about, because there is a high chance of getting question. So ACCUs here why it is in news, because Australia and Britain said that a landmark deal to develop ACCUs nuclear powered submarine. So they are going to go for developing of a nuclear based submarine. Okay, so here now let us see what are the details which are given in this article. So under this ACCUs deal, two countries along with US, they have pledged to beef up their military muscle. So they have to increase their military muscle against this China. So they want to counter this China. So defense chief this week unveiled ambitious plan to supply Australia with fleet nuclear powered submarine. Okay, so actually if you are talking about this ACCUs grouping, so it is a trilateral security. So the name itself is saying about these three countries. So one is Australia, next is UK and US. Okay, so these are the three countries that are part of this ACCUs and they signed in year 2021. And if you are talking about the major highlights of this arrangement, it is sharing of US nuclear submarine technology. So this grouping, it is going to share this nuclear submarine technology to Australia. And it is Indo-Pacific orientation which make alliance against Chinese assertive actions in the South China Sea. And even they will be focusing on architecture of meetings, engagements between these three countries, and especially they are focusing on even exchange of technologies in these emerging fields like artificial intelligence, quantum technology and undersea capabilities. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to remember regarding this ACCUs. And these are the very important topics that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper, but our news analysis had not yet done. Yes, now let us move on to our Hindu page. So here you can see one article that is about cotton production. Cotton production estimates diverge. Okay, so here you have to focus on this cotton. Cotton is very important topic. Okay, you have to see like, so when this cotton was started producing in India, and you have to see like during this partition of India, so major lands which are used to grown this cotton, they had been gone to Pakistan. And you have to see like from geography point of view, what are the geographical conditions? What are the geographical conditions which are required for the growing of cotton? And next one is you have to see like cotton industries in India, where they are located. And you have to see like trade of cotton, so how it is going on. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to see. And if you move on to this world page, here you can see Russia admits state of war amid massive strikes on Kiev. So here now we are seeing like war-like condition, and we have to wait and watch what will happen. So whether we are going to have World War III or not. And next one is about Russia, China veto US bid on Gaza ceasefire at United Nations Security Council. So here the key word is UNSC, United Nations Security Council. And here you have to see some facts regarding this United Nations Security Council. So you have to see what is this. So why we came up with this and in which year. And you have to see like what are the features and what is the mandate. And you have to see like what are the reforms we are talking about. For example, to increase permanent membership. And you have to see like membership. So we have permanent members and we have temporary members. So temporary members are having tenure of 2 years and permanent members are 5 countries, P5 countries. And these P5 countries, they will be enjoying this veto power. Okay, and you have to see like G4 country groupings and as well as coffee club. Okay, so these are the dimensions regarding this topic. And here there is one more article, that is Chinese Coast Guard tries to block Filipino vessels in South China Sea. Always, so there is issue with China, either countries which are sharing direct land boundary and the countries which are sharing with maritime boundary. Always China is having the issues because of its aggressive expansionist policy. So South China Sea is one of the important area which will be seen always in news because of aggressive policy of China. So China started building artificial islands in the South China Sea and it started claiming entire the South China Sea region. But even other countries like Japan and as well as Philippines, so they are sharing boundary with this South China Sea and they are also claiming their jurisdiction. And China came up with this 9-dash line and this issue which went into International Court of Justice, and International Court of Justice slashed this 9-dash line, but even it is not followed by this China. And there are some islands which are disputed between China and some other countries like Scarborough Islands, Spratly Islands and Parcel Island, and you have to know where those islands exactly located. And this is about the issue of the South China Sea. And number of times we had discussion on that, right? So these are the very important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I am concluding. And if you want to get the free prelims mentorship and if you want to clear this prelims 2024, please walk into this office in offline branch, okay, in Ashok Nagar, and meet me and you can talk to me and you can register for the examination and you can take the test, and we are going to give you like some guidance. And with that guidance, there is a 99% of chance of clearing this prelims if you are working hard for the next 2 months with the plan which we are giving. And you can attend the free classes that we are providing, and we are having a very small capacity here, okay, so only 70 students, okay. So if you come and if you are registering first, then we are focusing on the first came first served basis, Okay, there is no discrimination here. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share and do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And thank you for watching.